is about new beginnings, and we get to every month look inward and see how we're feeling about things, and we get to use the astrology of the particular moon to help us with what it is that we're looking at. And as I said, Aries is a fire sign, and Aries, this particular one, is about really, really thinking on the big picture level. What is going on for you? What is it that you want to be doing? Are you living your life? Are you living your purpose? What can you bring into your life so that you can move in that direction that little bit more? So I would invite you for this session to, if you haven't already thought about those things, to maybe just set an intention to allow some of those things to come through. I think sometimes what can happen is we feel we have to come up with the answer ourselves in our own brains. And actually, one of the ways I like to work is just to ask for the answers to come to us. Especially if we're doing something like this, where we're going into a meditative zone. It's a really beautiful way to see what comes to us and see what spirit, the universe, the wheel of nature, however you want to look at it, has to say for us. So if there's any of you on here that have not done these sessions before, just to let you know, the most important thing is that you are comfortable. So you can sit up if you want to, but the best thing that you can do is to lie down, to dim the lights, maybe light a candle for yourself, put some incense on, anything you need to make yourself comfortable. And just remembering that this session is for you. This is a conscious voice session, and conscious voice is something that I have put together, which is a mixture of my own voice, music, sound healing, Reiki, and a lot of guidance that I get with the guides that I work with. And what's so beautiful is that we combine that with the energies of the new moon so that we can really create a very powerful session. And each and every one of you help to make up the uniqueness of this session. The planetary alignments, where we are in this moment in 2021, also part of that uniqueness. So just take a moment to place a hand on your own heart. The heart center is where I like to use the heart chakra. And there's this beautiful wheel of energy that can happen where you're bringing in the light through your crown chakra, you're bringing it down to your heart, you're taking it out through your arm, back through your hand, and back to your own heart again. And it's a beautiful way to give yourself some self-love. And just to thank yourself for turning up today. Thank yourself for giving yourself this time. Thank yourself for sharing your energy with this group. And not only this group, but the universe at large. As many of you know, I'm a very strong believer that this is a very beautiful way to help change the world by channeling our energy, by connecting with Mother Earth, by connecting with the moon, by connecting with each other, by sending our love and intentions out to the world. What's really beautiful is the first vision that's come to me very strongly is all of us just sitting in a circle, holding hands and connecting. And some of us already know each other's energies from these sessions. Some of us are new. But just taking a moment to acknowledge that real beauty of all of us being able to come together in this way. So let's imagine that both in your individual room, you have a ball of white light that's surrounding you. And from within that ball of light, you're being cleansed and cleared and provided with a protection that means you know you can just deeply relax and be held. And simultaneously, as we all imagine ourselves sitting as a group, let's imagine we also have a big bubble of light around us all as a group. And just take things very gently. This bubble of light is there to bring us softness, to help to nourish us, to help to cleanse us. But it doesn't need to be done in a strong or harsh way. And as I'm feeling into the general energy of the group, there's a real need for softness this evening. Oh, really nice, everybody. And if you haven't done already, if you have any particular gods or guides or ancestors, power animals, spirits, the elements, whatever it is you believe in, angels, let's invite all these special beings to come and join us in that circle as we all sit together. Some might choose to stay outside that white bubble of light. Others might choose to come inside. Oy, 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 oy. And I always love this moment because it's the moment when I'm just reminded so strongly how held we all are. You might want to allow your shoulders to drop. Take a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. And it feels like a couple of us in the group have very vulnerable hearts today. And that's perfectly okay. And I'd just like to thank you and honor you for allowing me to see that. So as a group, we would like to honor that vulnerability and work with real gentleness, real love. And what I'm envisioning is it's kind of a mixture of a turquoisey, bluey, pink cloud. And it's like a cloud of air that as we breathe that into our bodies, and it's so soft and so gentle. And just imagine it going to your heart. So often when we think of fire signs, we think of, big blazing fires, lots of strength and change and dramaticness, passion. But it doesn't always have to be that way. And what I'm feeling very strongly in this evening is just this idea of a warm, glowing fire. That offers safety and nurturance and love. And wisdom. I'm sure many of you must have done it when you just stare into the flames of a fire and the wisdom that can come. So let's imagine we have a very gentle fire in the middle of us that we can look into. We can ask for the answers. We can tell our story too. We can feel the warmth and the love and the protection and the safety. And remember that underneath that fire is Mother Earth. Oh, we're all spread out across so many countries. Just take a moment to think about that and how the energy can travel from me to you through the earth. So I'm still feeling quite a strong vulnerability in the heart area. So what I would like to do is ask you to imagine that you're sat in that circle with everyone and that we're all going to place our hands on the earth. And I'm just going to sing to you, and whatever it is that you feel like you want to let go of, just allow it to go down to the earth and be held for you. The next vision I'm having is that each of us have a hand on the back of our heart from Spirit that is just sending us some extra love and some extra softness. And this is coming through to the body in such an exquisitely gentle way. And And the message very, very strongly for us all is that there is nothing that we can do in life that is wrong. Spirit will be there for us 24 hours a day. The earth is here for us 24 hours a day. Life is here for us 24 hours a day. Whatever actions we take, they're all still here for us. And that's not to say that we can't want and desire and have good intentions. At the same time, it's just to recognize that this goodness is always, always here for us. It's not judging us. It's like a home to come back to. And the more we practice, the more we can take that feeling of safety and warmth and nurturance and trust and protection and love and have it with us through our daily activities. But it's a practice that comes from our side, a learning of how to connect. Also feeling guilt in the circle today. There is this concept of guilt that religion often gives us. Just being asked to accept, if possible, the idea that it's your choice to decide how much you would like to connect. Obviously, the more we connect, the more we learn to have that beautiful feeling with us. We learn to have guidance with us. We learn to feel held. But it's our choice how much we want to engage in that learning. There is no punishment if we don't do it. There is no need for guilt. There's just a choice of whether we would like to connect more. And in this moment, we're all choosing to come together and connect more, honoring each other, honoring our hearts, honoring the parts of ourselves that sometimes have been brought up with beliefs that are quite hard to live with. Not through any fault of anyone, any parent, any society, any community is always doing their best. But sometimes we've been fed these subconscious beliefs that mean that we berate ourselves if we don't act in certain ways. And what's coming through really strongly is just this feeling of life is just love and choice and freedom. So let's imagine those hands again, or the hand of spirit on the back of your heart, the earth beneath our feet as we sit, that white bubble of light surrounding us all, our hands on the earth. Connecting with ourselves, forgiving ourselves for whatever it is that we might be berating ourselves for. I've found that it doesn't matter who we are. Somehow we always seem to have a voice that can tell ourselves off. And our learning is to unravel that voice, unravel the guilt, and just remember there's love, there's choice, there's freedom. And right now we're choosing to feel the love in our hearts, to recognize our perfection, to feel the connection with each other, to feel the warmth and the gentleness of the fire in front of us. To feel the energy of the universe, the energy of spirit in whatever form feels right for you. Touching the back of our hearts and allowing us to receive and filling our bodies with love. And if now you can imagine yourself as we're sat in a group around that fire, just imagine ourselves all now lying down on our backs. So the feeling is to do some work on our solar plexus, and as I'm sure as many of you know, the solar plexus is the fire center, so it fits quite well with the sign of Aries. And there's no need for you to do anything, just concentrate on the soles of your feet, the base of your body, the connection. The connection from your hips down to your knees and down to your ankles and your feet, and Just allow yourself to relax, allow yourself to receive whilst you're being offered this healing. You're in control, so everything is at the speed that you would like it to be. And I just had a very strong visual then of just imagining you being sat with your feet in the water and just feeling how that water feels in between your toes. Just really taking note of the water and how the slightest bit of wind makes it ripple. How you can just move a toe at the bottom of the water and you'll see the results of that at the top. And if you want to, you can imagine yourself getting into the water and just diving down, diving up, and then just floating and feeling what it's like to have the water hold you. Feeling it all, feeling the earth and then the water in the earth and then the sun and the fire on your skin as you float. Feeling the air as you breathe. Each breath bringing you life. And what's coming through right now for me is just a feeling of how incredibly lucky we are to have life. No matter what's going on for us, no matter how many difficulties there might have been or there might be currently, we are still having an opportunity to be in these physical bodies. An opportunity to experience the sensation of water. An opportunity to experience the sensation of sun on our skin. An opportunity to know what it is to float and to be held. An opportunity to know what it is to be standing or lying or sitting on this incredible mass called the earth. An opportunity that with every breath, a whole system gets set off within inside our bodies, which allows us to continue to live and continue to experience. My goodness, how incredible and insane that all is, all in one. And whatever we have going on for us in life, we can always come back to these simplicities. If life is unsure for us, if we don't know what the future holds, if we don't know what each day is going to be like, and that causes fear or tension or worry, the one thing we know for sure is the sun is going to rise, the sun is going to set, new moon is going to come, full moon is going to come, new moon is going to come back again. We know that if we go out into the sun, we will feel the sun in a particular way on our skin. We know that if we run our hands underwater, or we put our feet in water, or if we have an opportunity to lie in water, what it will feel like. And we know that we are attached, quite literally attached by gravity to the earth. And we know that those four elements are continually here for us. Every second, every moment of every day that we live. And if we are people that choose to believe a little bit further we can also find a connection with spirit or gods, ancestors, power animals, guides, angels. And in the same token, in the same way that the sun never disappears, the air never disappears, the water doesn't disappear, the earth doesn't disappear, spirit and these energies do not disappear. We just have the choice of whether to connect, whether to deepen our connection and deepen our relationships. Sometimes that takes time, sometimes that takes learning, sometimes it's easier for others. Sometimes it takes patience. But it genuinely doesn't mean that it's not there. It's just us choosing to learn to connect more deeply. And I know what I'm saying is very simple. I know that all of us actually know what I'm saying, but it just feels important sometimes to repeat the very basics, to remember the very basics. Just because there's clouds in the sky doesn't mean the sun isn't there. Just because sometimes we might have difficulty connecting with our own sense of personal truth or our guidance doesn't mean it's not there. And I think this feels particularly important today to say, with Aries being the beginning of the astrological year, this idea that this is a really good time for us to really consider the big picture of our lives and our truth, and are we living it? And for some of us, it's very easy to know what our truth is and understand whether we're on that path or not. And for others, it's much more difficult. And sometimes, even if we have a sense of what our truth is, we can confuse ourselves sometimes when we're not fully following it. And yet at the same time, maybe it's that our sense of our truth needs to expand a little bit. So I feel like I can't express enough how much I'm being told to pass on to you all just how perfect you all are. That there's never any mistake. There's never any wrong. There's love, there's choice, there's freedom. And whatever it is you choose to do in life is absolutely fine. The spirits and the guides and the elements will always be there for you. So it feels like we've gone into outer space somewhere that is so far away and so drifty and so beautiful. But I'm going to invite you to feel back into your body, feel back into your spine, feel back into the base of your body. And as you do so with joy, remembering just how amazing it is to have a body. And an energetic system that we can fly off and then bring ourselves back. So I'd just like you to imagine feeling into the base of your body, your hip sockets, at the top of the thigh bone as it fits within the hip socket. Gently down from the hips to your knees, from your knees to your feet. Let's imagine we're back in that circle as a group, holding hands. And just take a moment to acknowledge everyone in the group, to thank everybody that's here, to honor everybody that's here. As we're coming back into our bodies, the feeling of a little bit of heartache is coming back, and that's okay. We're human, and at different times in our lives, we go through different emotions in smaller or greater depth. But whatever's happening, it's still amazing to have this opportunity to be in a human body. So just sending an extra bit of love to anybody right now that's having a hard time. And maybe we can imagine ourselves sending that out through the earth as well. The earth is having a hard time, so are the elements. And sending it out to the whole of humanity and nature, the animals, the birds. And maybe setting an intention for everyone, everything, that we can all learn how to honor each other that little bit more and give to each other that little bit more and support each other that little bit more. Big thank you to Evolved Beings for providing this platform. And I'd just like to say thank you to all of my guides and the support that I have. I think I might have mentioned before, I always like to just honor Indigenous communities and all that they teach us, and a prayer for them that they will also at some point be fully valued for the wisdom that they hold. Thanks to all the spirits and the guides and the elements for being here with us and holding us so well. Not just now, but always. And then begin to imagine yourself back in your own room. We're going to imagine that that bubble of light that was around all of us as a group is going to magically become part of each of our individual protection. And that beautiful energy that we've created, that energy of oneness, of safety, of love, of kindness, of nurturance, of empathy. That's going to stay with us in our individual bubbles of light. Just gently start to move your fingers and your toes and have a little stretch, have a little move. Maybe roll onto your side and gently start to bring yourself up to sitting position. And maybe rub your hands together as strongly as you can, and then just place them over your eyes before opening your eyes, and giving that extra bit of love back to yourself and warmth as you re-enter the world. And just place a hand on your heart once more and just again give thanks to yourself for being here, and send some love out to wherever you would like to send it, and just recognize how special it is that you take the time to turn up and give this to yourself and give this to everybody. And when you're ready, if any of you would like to turn your cameras on, you're very welcome. It's always lovely for me to see a face at the end. If any of you would like to speak, then please just let me know and I will turn your microphone on. It's always lovely to hear back from you. Yay, some nice faces. Thank you. Really beautiful session. Thank you, everybody. Feel free to write me a message if you're able. It's always lovely to have your feedback. So I don't know about for you guys, but that for me was very, very beautiful. Once again, a massive thank you to you all for coming. I'm just going to have a little sweep round to see everybody's faces. I think, as you know, I am also available for one-to-one sessions if ever you feel like you might need one. There is also audios available via Evolved Beings if you feel you'd like something outside of this. And if you want to have another listen to this, then they go up on YouTube as well. So it's always nice to revisit and bring yourself back to the space. So I don't know if we have who's on from Evolved Beings. Would any of you like to say anything?
Thank you, Natalie, for the beautiful session. I'm just checking the link to share for your audios if people would be interested to buy or have a listen or check for themselves. Yes, I can share it in a second. It's opening. And thank you everyone for joining us. We really hope that you enjoy these new moon journeys together with Natalie and with us. And please share a word with your friends or with your sisters if you're enjoying it. It's a free community event, so anybody can join in. And this is the way we all can stay connected. And yeah, please do share your feedback, how you enjoy or what we can do to improve your experience, not just for this session, but for whatever you hear from us. And thank you, Natalie, for such a beautiful session as always.
You're very welcome and very lovely to have you with us, Mini Shrishti. I never know which one to call you.
Whichever you like. I'm going to share the link so yeah, people can check out. We have three recordings from you, right? One is
Yes.
for the anxiety. Would you like to talk a little bit? You would know better.
Yeah, one of them is just around supporting us through fear and anxiety. And then we move through, we've got three different ones, and the final one moves through to love and expansion. So they're a good set to use as a three. And I find that people tend to use them, that depending on what's going on for them, they'll choose which one to listen to. But it's one of those things that the more that you listen to, the more it's like you have a cellular memory of them. So the minute you put them on, your body kind of gets back into that space. So they're quite powerful in that way. So
Thank you. I will have a good night's sleep and yeah, have a good evening, all of you.